Hello, Tom here, and we're going to be making a very healthy spaghetti sauce today. Now, the reason I don't buy this in the local grocery stores is because those are loaded up with salt, oil, and sugar, three things that we definitely don't need a whole lot of. So just jumping right into this recipe, I'm going to be using 2 cans of tomato paste, 2 cans of crushed or diced tomatoes, 2 cans of tomato sauce. Now, I get the no salt added versions of these, so it just makes this a very, very healthy recipe. Now we're going to be using 12 ounces of white button mushrooms, 1 green bell pepper, and 2 bunches of green onions. Now I'm going to cut these up, get everything into the pot. Now you can see it's really coming together. Now I've added my seasonings. I've done 1 tablespoon each of these 4. So that's the Dash salt-free table blend, crushed red peppers, turmeric, and minced garlic. Now I've also added 30 turns of my old trusty pepper mill right there. And the nice thing about these two is they work together, and that is that the curcumin in the turmeric does require the black pepper to become more bioavailable. So this seasoning blend altogether is just a nutritional powerhouse, and they are very delicious. Now I'm going to get this up to a very rapid boil. Stirring constantly. I'll be stirring every 2 if not 3 minutes to make sure it doesn't burn on the bottom. Once we get it up to that rapid boil, then I'm going to lower it down to the simmer, and that's when I start my noodles. So once we get through all that, we'll get back together and I'll show you how I serve this out. Okay, so we have spaghetti sauce. Now what I've done is I've taken the pot that we just finished up with, I've divided it equally between 3 containers, 2 of which I will be freezing. And the third one goes in the refrigerator and it keeps just fine up to 7-10 days, no problem. Now you can see with the recipe as it is, it's a nice thick spaghetti. So this is ready to go. Now that's a typical serving size, half a cup, which works out to a little over 5 ounces. Now what I do is I try to supercharge the nutritional value on this, and I take a tablespoon and a half of flaxseed and half a tablespoon of fenugreek seeds. Now I take it and I just dump it right in here after I grind it up in the coffee grinder. Just throw it right in there. Now this is going to thicken it up quite a bit. So what I'm going to have to do, once we get it all in there, is add a couple ounces of water. And of course, flaxseed is well known for its nutritional value. Fenugreek I learned about on a website called nutritionfacts.org. Highly recommend that website. It is just a wealth of information. And they vet their nutritional information thoroughly, so you get really good information from them. Now we're back up to that same consistency we had before we added the seeds. So this makes a wonderful sauce, and since I did increase the volume of the sauce, I actually use this on 3 ounces of cooked noodles. It's just personal preference. I know that 2 ounces is probably typical for an average serving, but I do love 3 ounces of noodles. Now something else that I use is I will use this nutritional yeast, and this adds a lot of B12, so vegetarians definitely need to add B12 to their diets, but even a regular standard American diet, people do need a supplement with B12. There's a lot of people that are B12 deficient, so this is just a great way to do this, because what this will do is it will add a cheesy flavor. So after you've cooked your noodles and topped it with a spaghetti sauce, just throw this on. Instead of like a Parmesan cheese, you can use this. A tablespoon of this gives a nice cheesy flavor to the spaghetti. I highly recommend it. And I hope that you will try this recipe. Give me some comments, questions down below, and definitely like this video.